Every day there is a voice in your head. It has been speaking since morning, before you have even opened your Bible, before you have even prayed for the first time. But the most important question is not whether you hear that voice. The question is, who is talking to you? Because one voice leads to life. The other slowly destroys you from within. The enemy almost never says, "I am the devil." No, he speaks through your inner voice. It sounds so natural that you start thinking it's your own thoughts. That's why millions of people live in fear, without even realizing that they are listening to a lie. The enemy says, "You are not good enough." And God says, "You are made in my image." The world judges you by your achievements. God judges you by your love. The enemy says, "God has left you." But Jesus said, "I am with you always, even when you don't feel anything." It doesn't mean that God isn't there. God's silence is not his absence. Sometimes it's in silence that he works the most. The enemy constantly reminds you of your past. God speaks about your future. The enemy says, "Do you remember your mistake?" God says, "I have already forgiven it." The past is not your name. God has a new story for you. The enemy says, "You are alone." God answers, "I will never leave you." Even when friends leave, even when the world is silent, even when you cry at night, God stays by your side. There is one lie that destroys more lives than any other. You've gone too far. God will not forgive you. But it is for such people that Jesus came to earth. No sin is stronger than his grace. How to recognize the voice of God? Remember a simple rule. The voice of the enemy brings fear, shame, disappointment, hopelessness, hurry. The voice of God brings peace, hope, love, truth, and the desire to draw closer to him. If the voice gives you from God, it is not his voice. Maybe today you heard exactly what you were supposed to hear. Don't let lies define who you are. Open your Bible, pray, and let God's voice be louder than all others, because the voice you listen to today will define who you will become tomorrow.